All right, gang, in studio with us, as always, well, not as always, once a month, we get Brian Johnson of Valley Mortgage in here, always dressed better than me, smelling nicer than me, looking more handsome than me, and giving us some fantastic information. So, Brian Johnson with Valley Mortgage, great to have you in studio.
Hey, great to be here, Eric. Thank you.
You bet. Brian, let's talk about your golf game for a minute. You weren't expecting that. We do couples golf, your wife and my wife, every once in a while.
It is. It's fun.
I just want some tips. I actually want to talk about my golf game. What can I do to get better?
I would make sure you swing and follow through with your shot and not drop another ball before your ball has hit the ground. Eric,
folks,
you're notorious for taking a mulligan before your ball even hits the ground in the fairway. So.
Well, I play best ball. I hit until I hit my best ball.
That's a good game.
I was actually in Steamboat, Colorado last week, and I played with a buddy of mine who's like a 4 handicap. And I played my worst round in years. I went through like 20 golf balls that I lost.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was painful. Let's talk about houses too, Brian. Let's talk about real estate. Before we do, give our folks who are listening a little bit of information about Valley Mortgage.
Sure. We're a mortgage banker. We've been around in the area since 1983. So we serve all of Minnesota and North Dakota. We're a mortgage banker. All we do is home loans only. We don't do checking or savings or anything else. So we just focus on finding the best products for each of our customers.
I want to talk about the process here because my wife and I right now are in the middle of a refi. We're refinancing our house. We did a major construction project on it, and we just got our appraisal back last night from you.
Yes.
So then I didn't sleep as well as I wanted to. So thanks for that, Brian.
Sorry I sent that so late.
No, it was fine, man. I love a guy who works 24 hours a day like you always do.
Yeah.
People, if you're thinking about refinancing or buying a house, I think that we hear nightmares of like, oh, I was caught in this paperwork storm for forever, and it was so exhausting. If you would, BJ, walk us through the process of everything a buyer needs to do in order to either refinance or to purchase a home.
Sure. Well, we take a look at a lot of documentation we're going to need. We try to get as much of it up front as possible, but normally you need 2 years of tax returns and W-2s. 30 days of pay stubs, usually 2 months of bank statements. And we may need other things too, depending on what people's situation are, if there's bankruptcies or divorces or child support decrees or things like that. But those are kind of the majority of things. Sometimes people will borrow money from a 401k for down payment. Mm-hmm. That's a good way, so we'll get that documentation. They'll get a gift for down payment.
Not from me.
Yeah, from a family member.
Okay,
typically, we have to do that.
Thought you were offering my services there.
For Erik Hatch, yes. We'll have co-signers too for people if they can't qualify for whatever reason. Maybe they're newly self-employed or commission-based. So if mom and dad or aunt or uncle or grandma and grandpa or something have to co-sign, then we'll get their income information. We don't tie up any of their assets when we look at having them co-sign, so we'll take a look at all that. Now, if you start the process early on, let's say you're going to buy and you don't end up buying for 6 months, the thing to keep in mind is lenders will have to update some of that paperwork. So don't be surprised if you get down the road and the lender's asking for updated pay stubs or bank statements or something that has come up. If you've got large deposits, maybe you won some money at the casino or something and you've got couple $1,000 deposit in your checking account, we're going to have to document where that came from. So some of those little things that might come up at the end that gets frustrated for people, but try to bear with us.
It actually didn't sound that painful. Everything is, well, not everything, but most everything, at least in my world, is electronic. Mm-hmm. My taxes are electronic. Yes, I sign and everything else, but I just reached out to my accountant and he sent me an electronic copy.
Yep.
And my pay stubs, I just had those electronically because now we're in a direct deposit kind of world for a lot of us.
Yep.
And so I really just have to forward some emails at this point, right?
Yep, either that or like we have now, you can securely upload files and stuff and it'll go right into your loan file. So yeah, it's a nice new digital world that we live in.
So we work pretty fast now. If I decided that I want to buy a house, I haven't, I've gotten pre-approved by you, and that pre-approval process or the pre-qualification process, really you can turn around in a couple of hours and tell us if we're qualified, right?
Right, yep. If we have all that information, yep, that goes pretty quick.
So let's say I'm working with Tyler from Hatch Realty and I want to buy a house, and Tyler finds me that house and we write the offer and we get it accepted. Today is August 1st. We'll just throw a very even date out. How soon can I close if I need a mortgage?
Typically, we like to have a minimum of 30 days,
Okay.
and that gets to be a little tough too, just because when it's busy like it is now, appraisals are a little bit backed up, so they take 2 to 4 weeks to get back typically. So we like to have 30 to 60 days on average before you close.
Okay, so idealistically, I'm getting a mortgage with you. I get all my stuff to you right away. I get my purchase agreement accepted on August 1st. I can close by August 31st?
We, in theory, in theory, yes.
Okay.
But typically, let's say 45 days on average. So
Okay.
let's say by mid-September, we'd look at closing, and then you wouldn't have a first payment due until November. So you'd skip
Wait,
a month.
hold on. I wouldn't have a first payment due until November.
Correct.
But I close on the house in September. That doesn't, like, when I rented apartments in the past, I usually had to pay a month's deposit and then that month right away. So I had to pay 2 months right away, but it's not that way in real estate.
It's not that way with the mortgage. No, you don't prepay your mortgage like you do with rent. Your mortgage always covers the previous month's interest. So
Okay.
your November payment would cover all of October's interest.
Oh.
So if you close September 15th, for example, you're going to pay interest from September 15th through October 1st at closing.
Okay. Okay, so I'll have a little higher closing cost, but I don't pay my first mortgage payment until November 1.
Correct.
And on top of that, I can then go and buy the furniture or the window treatments or pay my movers in that time, right?
After you close, please.
Okay.
Don't open any new loans or have your credit pulled after you've gotten pre-approved before closing, because underwriting will check to make sure that you haven't opened any new loans.
Okay.
And that may hurt.
Can I buy a boat?
Don't buy a boat.
Okay.
Unless you have a lot of cash, and it's not going to affect what you need. So
Okay. Should I
just
quit my job?
Don't quit your job. Don't change jobs. Don't change your pay structure.
Okay, everybody, it's like you're playing freeze tag, right?
Right.
once your property goes and gets accepted, don't do anything.
Without checking with your lender first.
There it is. BJ, if folks want to work with you to refi, to buy, or to just learn about their opportunities, how can they get in contact with you?
Sure. Give us a call at my office, 701-461-8450. You can visit us online at valleymortgageinc.com or come to our new location at 3315 45th Street South in Fargo.
Brian Johnson, freeze tag champion in 1986. Great to have you in studio with us. Folks, stick around after the break. We have a lot more show coming your way. And in the meantime, head to livefargomoorhead.com. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.